Hello again, and welcome to another edition of Music Matters. I'm MonkeyBoy.
And I'm Ziggy.
And today we are talking frontmen. Front person, whatever you want to call it, the leader of the band.
Front women.
There you go, front women.
Front women, front man.
Okay.
All right.
Either way you want to go.
Now, before we get into that, we have our friend Ashley actually coming in on the next episode.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, we were going to get to it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the dark side of music.
Yep.
We're going to talk about the undespicable that happens in the music business, much like in Hollywood. And a big focus on how very little is being done about that.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep her for another episode and talk about Andy's least favorite thing he ever wants to talk about on this podcast or in real life, country music.
Yeah, yeehaw.
So Andy's going to kind of be the special guest on that show. That'll be here, and those will be coming up.
Yeah.
Let's get into this. I believe in the philosophy of ladies first.
All right, let's go.
So
you have that list.
Let's talk about some of the front women in music.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm all for that.
We can think of some people off the top of our mind, but how about Florence and the Machine? Are you
I
familiar
like
with
Florence and the Machine. Yes.
Huh? You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're good.
Mm-hmm. Why am I not thinking of her name? What's her last name? Anyway, Florence and the Machine,
Yeah.
Highly recommended. What about Brittany Howard, who fronts Alabama Shakes? Are you familiar with the Alabama Shakes?
I am. I'm not. Maybe I'm not. I could
Something
be wrong.
worth.
I could be
worth
thinking
checking
of
out.
somebody else.
She's a powerhouse vocalist.
Yeah.
You should check her out. She's also a great guitar player.
Cool.
Yeah. This is an easy one. Deborah Harry of Blondie.
Oh, seen her live.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
awesome.
Great one.
Sounded great.
Great one.
Yeah.
No, we're going to pass that one. Here's one worth talking about. Karen Carpenter of the Carpenters.
Oh yeah, amazing vocalist.
I don't care what rock you live under, what
Right.
rock you want to try to climb under or climb over. I don't care what kind of music you like. Again, I'm really big into metalcore, and I have to tell you, I'm a huge Carpenters fan.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Karen Carpenter fan.
She's great.
Great singer.
Yeah.
Again, a great drummer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One maybe you wouldn't think of, but you know the songs, the look, listen to your heart, and it must have been
Roxette. I love me some Roxette.
Marie
man.
Fredriksson.
I have loved Roxette since The Look.
Mhm.
Like
Great.
when that song came out, I was hooked. And
Yes.
they came, and I think there's like 8 or 10 songs of theirs that were pretty big hits over here in the States.
Wonderful voice.
Yeah.
She has passed away, I
Yeah.
think, within the last decade.
Yep.
You may not be familiar with Kimberly Perry of the band Perry.
I know the name, the band Perry. I don't know their songs very well, but I know the name.
Here's another good one. These are in no particular order. We're just
Right.
talking about them. Annie Lennox of the Eurythmics.
Love the Eurythmics. Love
One of
Annie
the
Lennox
greatest
too.
vocalists of all
Oh,
time, I think.
So good. Walking on Broken Glass. That's one of my favorite tunes from her.
Yeah. Now, I don't know about this one, but I love the band. And don't mock me. Lisa and Colt Jam.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're great.
There's actually a documentary, I believe it's on Max, and she tells her life story. I think it's called Lisa.
Huh.
Mhm.
I'll have to look for that.
I haven't watched it yet, but Lisa and Colt Jam with Full Force.
Yeah, they were
oh,
great.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
monsters. Head to toe, lost in
Yeah.
emotion.
Yeah, Lost in Emotion. Yeah,
Very good.
they're good.
One of my favorites, Gwen Stefani of No Doubt.
They were awesome.
Great singer,
Yeah.
great band,
Yeah.
beautiful woman.
Fun live show.
Hmm.
I didn't get to see them, but I've saw them on
Yeah.
TV.
No brainer here. Amy Lee of Evanescence.
Yes.
Voice of an Angel.
Got to meet her once. She's just so cool in person. Live is just... She could sing the alphabet. It would be amazing.
Put her at a piano and
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Same.
Yeah. Haley Williams of Paramore.
Yeah.
Great.
Solid
band. Do you remember the indie pop hit Cool Kids?
From Paramore?
No.
Oh, no. Wait. The Cool Kids. They sing that one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember who sings it.
There's a typo here. It doesn't name the band. But Sydney Sirota. Why? Look it up.
The
Cool Kids.
Cool Kids.
It does not put the band above here. I know the name, but I'm not thinking of it right now. Shirley Manson of Garbage.
Echo Smith.
Echo Smith. Yep, that's what it is.
That's
Echo
what
Smith.
it is.
I like that song.
Yeah, that's a great tune.
Okay, Shirley Manson of Garbage.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not a big Garbage fan.
Really?
No.
Oh, I like me some Garbage.
No,
Especially Never Happy When It, or Only Happy When It Rains. I think that was a really, really cool song from them. And they were kind of grungy, on the softer side of things. Yeah, I liked them.
Here's someone else I love. Taylor Momsen of the Pretty Reckless.
Ah, God, that video. What was the song?
Cindy Lou Who.
Yes,
A lot of people don't know that that's Cindy Lou Who.
it is. It is.
Yeah, she's good. I think she has a drug issue, but she's great. Chrissy Hind of the Pretenders.
Love the Pretenders.
Great band.
Yes. They've got so much. Middle of the Road, I think, is my favorite song from them.
The late Dolores O'Riordan of the Cranberries.
Cranberries, yeah.
Fantastic band.
Excellent.
Zombie, Linger.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
she passed away.
A couple years ago,
She
right?
passed away a couple years ago.
Yeah.
She was to fly here to record. They were doing, was it Zombie with Bad Wolves?
Yeah.
And she committed suicide.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep, she committed suicide for whatever reason. We have, I don't know that band.
Oh, way to bum me out.
Sorry. Are you familiar with Karen O?
Karen O.
She fronts the Ya Ya Ya's.
Yes, I know the Ya Ya Ya's. I did not know her name, but I do know the Ya Ya Ya's.
Mm-hmm. Great band.
Yeah.
Oh, not a fan.
What would you
of
call
this.
that kind of music, though?
Well,
indie?
Yeah, indie.
Yeah, I would go indie on that.
What about Susie Sue? Do you know who she sings for?
Not off the top of my head.
How about Susie and the Banshees?
Yes, then I know, yes.
Okay.
I'm still learning names. I'm bad with names.
Yeah.
I've always been bad with names.
What about, do you know She and Him?
She and Him?
She and Him.
No.
Oh, you got to listen to She and
Is
Him.
that her? Is she? Is
She
that her?
is-
Is that her? The name of
She
the
is
band?
Zoe
Or?
Deschanel, the actress.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. And she has a band called She and Him.
She and Him. It's great.
Okay.
Great music.
Did not know
Gomez
that.
in the scene. Get out of here.
But I know she can sing because she
Courtney
does that in
Love?
a couple of movies.
Oh, yeah.
So okay.
Courtney Love.
Courtney Love.
Hole.
We could have a whole podcast episode dedicated to Courtney Love.
I suppose we could.
So, I love that first Hole album.
Mm-hmm.
I think that album is almost on par with Nirvana's Nevermind. Like, those two to me almost... It was like shortly thereafter when like Nevermind came out, and it might have been a couple years, but it was relatively close in time. they both came out, and I really enjoyed both. Like, it was gritty, it was different. She was crazy. And of course, the tie with Nirvana as well. I mean, you can't not think of Nirvana when talking about Hole.
Right.
So there's that. And if you're a fan of like Nirvana, it's a question mark. You may love her or you may hate her. Then you may blame her for his death. There's a lot of people who do. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. But it's always been a big question.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I do appreciate, I will say, I appreciate the first album. I think that is phenomenal. I liked Celebrity Skin. I thought that was a pretty good album. But there was a lot of not so good as well with Hole. Mm-hmm. They are hit and miss. When she is at her best,
yeah,
she is probably one of the most enigmatic, crazy frontmen of all time. Like, she is a very commanding stage presence, mm-hmm. like kind of like Phil Anselmo when he's on stage. You are on him for the entire show, and he had Dimebag Darrell with him, but you were watching Phil, because he demanded it.
Right.
Like, that's kind of the way I felt with Courtney. She had that something that just made you want to watch and see what happens next, because she was crazy. She would jump out into the crowd and she would just go off on tangents, political or whatever.
Someone like her that's also on the list.
Who's that?
Grace Slick of
yes.
Jefferson Airplane.
Very, very similar.
She was very commanding.
Yeah. Very similar.
The early days, the 60s and 70s for Fleetwood Mac, they were political. They played at Woodstock.
Absolutely.
She was someone that would certainly grab the attention of the crowd.
Yep.
One of my least favorite songs of all time, and I'll tell you, it might be right up there next to anything by Yoko Ono, is White Rabbit.
Really? You don't like White Rabbit, huh?
No, I'll listen to it once a year to just say, God, I appreciate that song, but I can't stand it. Yeah.
I like White Rabbit.
But yeah, I'm amazing vocalist.
It's not my favorite from her, though,
no.
But it is. I like the song.
Some current ones, which I think we can pluck right out of our brains. We have Lizzie Hale of Hailstorm.
Oh my God, I love Lizzie Hale.
She's a powerhouse.
Just a slight thing for me. I had her phone number.
You did?
At one point.
Oh.
I had her phone number.
Well, I wish you had it now.
I wish I had it now.
I really get that Jimi Hendrix T-shirt a lot quicker. I know. Have to buy a ticket. But yeah,
I had her phone number when they came to town, and this was before any of their hits came on. Like, they were just hitting the road.
we started, us and all of our friends, we've gone to almost every Hailstorm show that's come around. We started with them before they even had a hit.
Yeah, before they even had a hit, and they were riding in this like old RV type thing. Was their bus? It wasn't a bus; it was an RV.
Yeah.
And they were just so cool, so nice, so welcoming. They spent as much time as we wanted with them. They really didn't care about anything. They were just fun-loving. Sign anything you want. Let's talk about whatever you want.
Yeah.
Very open, very very gracious people.
She's a powerhouse.
Absolutely.
And I'll say that I predict that Hailstorm will probably go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I hope
they're
so.
given a chance just based on her talents. See, we talked about Taylor Momsen. We've got Dorothy.
Oh, I love Dorothy.
Dorothy. A lot of people don't know about Dorothy. She is a relatively new artist.
Yeah.
Maybe been around, maybe 10 years.
I fell in love with Dorothy at, she was opening for Hailstorm at the Hard Rock. and she came out wearing an Iron Maiden t-shirt. And funny enough, I was wearing an Iron Maiden t-shirt.
Yeah, I was at
night.
that show. I believe we went to that one too.
And got my picture taken with her, and we both had Iron Maiden t-shirts. We kind of kicked it off talking about that.
I have a picture of Dorothy somewhere at the house.
And yeah, she was just cool as hell.
Yeah,
and,
she's great.
Also met her at Rock on the Range in 2017. Again, just had the nicest attitude.
Well, our friends Jason and Lindsay and Ashley recently went to see her.
Yeah.
And Ashley had posted some pictures, and I sent her a message. Dorothy is highly underrated.
Very.
She should be much bigger than she is.
Absolutely.
Much, much bigger than she is.
Agreed.
Yeah.
If you have not checked out Dorothy, definitely check out her first couple albums. Are phenomenal. Her new stuff is great too.
Yeah, I mean, there is someone else who talked about on here that a lot of people aren't very familiar with, Diamante.
Yes, Diamante. I love Diamante.
Yeah.
Met her at Rock on the Range. Really, really awesome personality. Great on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Has the vocal range. Really, really good. Songs are catchy, poppy, rock infused, but definitely lean more towards the pop stuff. Type of stuff.
I mean, we have, there's, just some of the hard rock and metal people. A lot of people know about Maria Brink from In This Moment.
Yes. She puts on an amazing show, but it's
a little theatrical. And
very theatrical.
Yeah. Let's see. We've got, in the rock scene, metal scene, there's really been an explosion of front women.
Yes.
In the last couple of years, there's even an increase over on the pop and country side of female artists. There's not a lot of groups right now in pop or in country that have female frontmen, but there has been an increase. We saw all the women up at the top of the pop chart last year.
Yeah.
And that has, I think, helped hard rock and metal. I mean, there is a group out there called the Dead Deads that are really cool, that have a female front woman.
Plush. I love me some Plush.
Plush is a great band.
Oh my God, they
all women.
So underrated.
The Warning, which are sisters.
Yes, they are great
Warning
too.
Are great.
Yes.
Dare I say baby metal? I don't know.
I like baby metal.
Baby metal.
They're a little crazy,
not
but
my thing. Can you think of some others off the top of your head?
Oh God, let me think. Now I'm gonna be mad because I can't.
Well, we have Christina Scavia from
Within Temptation?
No, that's Sharon. Isn't that Sharon Van Etten from Within Temptation?
I think so. She's great.
Yeah,
I love Within Temptation.
Yeah, Within Temptation is good. Someone else we like, New Year's Day.
Yeah, New Year's Day are good.
Ash Costello.
Yes.
Yep, Ash Costello. What about Ann and Nancy Wilson?
Oh, I love Heart.
Ann Wilson alone?
Ann Wilson by herself is truly an amazing artist. She had a great solo career as well as with Heart. Mm-hmm. Same with Nancy. They both had, relatively good fortune when it comes to their solo careers and Heart.
Yeah, yeah. What was that song that Nancy sang on that they had a hit with?
What was it? What About Love? Or,
no, that was
Never.
These Dreams.
These Dreams, These Dreams.
Great song.
I mean, they had so many hits in the '80s. I mean,
they did, and
many.
Anne is regarded as an absolute icon.
Yeah,
and really, if you think about her, I think she kicks the door wide open for any woman that came after.
Absolutely, and she gets mentioned almost every, if you watch like American Idol or something, and every female that comes on is like Ann Wilson is an inspiration.
Yeah, absolutely. Joan Jett.
Love Joan Jett. Actually seen Joan Jett with Heart. Heart was there, and Joan Jett and the Blackhearts were opening up for them. It was a great tour. Joan Jett can still sing. She's got so many great hits. In the 80s, she was huge. She started out with, if you look at the lineup of the Runaways, they're a who's who of women that go on to create great big hits in the 80s.
That's right. Doro Pesch,
yeah. She's great.
Good. Pat Benatar.
Oh my God.
Oh, Lacey Sturm.
Yeah.
Flyleaf. Yeah.
Excellent live show too.
Mm-hmm.
She's great.
Yeah. So what about your list?
So okay, top 50. These are front people. So we're not talking really 100% vocals. We're talking about stage presence, show. I think moreover than anything else.
All right.
Number 50, Zach De La Rocha, Rage Against the Machine. I've seen them live. They put on a outstanding show. Their energy is hard to match compared to any other show I've seen. The crowd is always so into what they're doing, and highly. I mean, go watch their videos because you're not going to see them live anymore. I don't think we'll see Rage reunite.
No.
But yeah, so go watch them on YouTube and experience them that way because they were amazing live. All right, that's number 50. Number 49 is Ruben Albaran of Cafe Takva. And I'm sure I'm pronouncing this wrong, but I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
And I'm not very familiar with him. He is the frontman of the Mexican rock troupe Cafe, and it's Tacvba. I cannot pronounce that.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, stands as a luminous beacon of musical brilliance with his unparalleled stage presence and his uncanny ability to reinvent himself with every album release. So there you go. A little bit about them. Number 48, Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters.
Absolutely.
Puts on an amazing show.
Great band.
I mean, great band, great front man. He gets the crowd going.
Mm-hmm.
And he tells stories while he's up there. He's just entertaining. Number 47, Paul Westerberg of The Replacements. Never seen them live, but I do know The Replacements, and I have a good appreciation of them. I like his solo stuff, too. Paul Westerberg had a couple of hits solo as well. Number 46, Polly Styrene of X-Ray Specs. Did not know of these of her. One of the most vocalists in punk. Polly Styrene railed against communism, misogyny, and artificiality with a voice that could go from a piercing howl to a rapidly vibrating roar. I'm going to have to look them up. Number 45, Corey Glover of Living Colour.
Absolutely great singer.
Love me Living Colour. Of course, CM Punk has, I guess, gave the band more fame by having his theme song be their, big hit. Just to see them go out on stage and perform at like WrestleMania, and then I mean that's a huge audience for them to play.
Absolutely,
and they come out and Rage Cult of Personality.
I saw them just
still can nail it too.
I just saw them a couple of years ago. They opened for Everclear.
Still sounds amazing. His voice has not changed. Still strong. Yeah, they are amazing live. 44, Jerry Garcia of the Grateful Dead.
Okay.
I mean, there's a reason that people followed them everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, they were, up until this day, a form of the band is still getting a following.
Oh, absolutely.
They just played the play in Las Vegas, the Sphere.
Yeah.
And from what I saw, it looked amazing. That looked like one of the coolest shows ever.
Yeah.
So I can see where Jerry would be on this list.
Mm-hmm.
Number 43, Courtney Love of Hole.
Yeah.
She was enigmatic.
Powerhouse.
Powerhouse. Not afraid to do anything, and no fucks given whatsoever. is the way she did her on-stage antics.
Yep.
And yeah, she could sing, she could play, and she would usually get pissed off and, cancel the show halfway through.
Yeah.
Number 42, I know he's not one of your faves, Serge Tankian of System of a Down.
System of a Down's right up there with Yoko Ono for me.
I like me some System of a Down. They're just different. They're odd.
They're a little too different for me.
Yeah, I dig it. It's just weird and it's different kind of music. Number 41, Liam Gallagher of Oasis.
Great band, great singer, great songs.
I would like to see them live. They're of course going out on their reunion tour this summer. The first time they've been out for a long time, like 20 years
I can't
or
even
so.
think of how long. Yeah,
It's been a long time since they've buried the hatchet. So it's good to see them doing something. Maybe we see a new album from them. I would hope. Cross your fingers. I would like to see that. Number 40, Brittany Howard of Alabama Shakes. We talked about her earlier. Yeah. Very well on the list. Number 39, Paul McCartney of the Beatles.
Oh, yeah?
I would think he'd be higher. Just my thought, it's the Beatles.
Yeah, but just
but
because
this is,
the Beatles doesn't mean everything is great.
He's not like a crazy front man.
Yeah,
they all were kind of the focus.
I think really, as far as lyrics go, Paul McCartney would be at the top of the list.
Yes, but he, as far as a front man, there were three of them that in the Beatles.
Yeah,
I mean they all sang.
Yeah,
all of them. So I don't know. Number 38, Iggy Pop of the Stooges.
Yeah,
yeah, he should be on this list.
He was
crazy front man. Number 37, Gwen Stefani of No Doubt.
Yeah.
I never got to see them, but I really wanted to go when they were touring with Bush.
Yeah.
Back in the day. I know a couple of my friends went and I missed out, and I always kind of kicked myself in the ass for missing that show. Yeah. But I did get to see Gwen live. I saw her, and I can't remember who else was with her. But I saw her in Omaha.
Oh, okay.
Put on a great show. Didn't sing any, No Doubt.
Oh.
It was all her solo stuff.
Yeah.
Number 36, Joe Strummer of The Clash. I mean, I wish I could say I saw them. I do like The Clash.
Yeah, I mean, he was,
but I can't say I've ever seen any.
Wild.
Yeah, I can't say I've seen any of him on stage, so I need to, go look him up on YouTube or something.
Yeah, you do.
Number 35, Grace Slick of Jefferson Airplane. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she just pulled you in.
Yep, and very political, very active, very much of an activist.
Yeah. They were, they were at the forefront of that. And yeah, I mean, when she opened her mouth and sang, I mean, you looked to the stage, just absolute powerhouse.
Yeah, she could belt it. Number 34, Chester Bennington of Linkin Park.
Yeah?
Yeah. Great live show. Still very much missed in the world of rock.
Well, he got around the stage. He was a good front man.
He's a great front man. Yeah. Him and, what's the other guy in...
Mike Shinoda?
Yes, Mike Shinoda.
Yeah.
They did well together on stage.
They
had a great chemistry.
Very great.
Yeah, great chemistry. 33, Gustavo Cerati of Soda Stereo. I'm not familiar with them. He was a transcendent figure whose stage presence was a symphony of mystical allure, with an ethereal voice that danced between haunting vulnerability and soaring intensity.
Well, there's another YouTube find there.
Gonna have to look that up. It was Latin rock history, is what they're saying. Number 32, Ozzy Osbourne of Black Sabbath.
Okay, well, I mean,
just dedicated a whole episode to him.
He's
amazing, forefather of metal. Number 31, Laura Jane Grace of Against Me.
Do you know them?
Not very well.
The river runs through. It's great.
Nice. I'll have to check them out. Number 30, one of your favorites, Steve Perry of Journey.
Absolutely. I see he's there at number 30. I would move him into the top 10, if not the top 5.
For sure, me too. So, I mean, not only just because he could sing. His range is unbelievable. But he was good on stage too.
Yeah, he was. Oh yeah. He moved around.
He was scared, We found out later he had a stage fright a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't know it watching it.
No.
He was just amazing live. Number 29, Ann Wilson of Heart, who we just talked about.
Yeah, great.
Just amazing. Number 28, Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
He's a great live frontman.
He's a great frontman. Very wild.
Yep. Wild
His
and crazy.
dancing is a little out of the ordinary.
If you're talking about, if you're talking pre-1992, before they got their hits with, Under the Bridge,
right,
they were wild.
Flea,
They would literally walk on stage with just wearing socks on their cocks.
Yeah.
That was them.
Yeah.
They were fearless. They did whatever they wanted on stage.
Yeah. Those early days were crazy. Yeah, he's a great frontman.
Yeah. Number 27, Lou Reed of the Velvet Underground.
Okay.
I am not a huge fan of Lou Reed or the Underground, but I do have appreciation for what they did. Tom York of Radiohead, also another one that I'm only a fan of one song.
Yeah, it's Creep. And it's the guitar riff there.
Yep.
It's really their only radio hit, but they have a huge fan base. Not necessarily completely my thing.
No, mine either, but I do know that they have a huge following and a lot of people love them. So they definitely belong on the list. Number 25, Janis Joplin of Big Brother and Holding Company.
Yeah, very, very unique. The most unique voice of the time.
Yeah. Still, I think, to this day.
Still to this day. I know half of the people love her and half of the people hate her, but her voice was so unique, I really haven't heard anything like it since.
I love Janis Joplin. I think she was amazing, and there's a movie about her life. I don't remember what it was called, but if you get to see that, I would recommend it. It's good. Number 24, Rob Halford of Judas Priest.
Absolutely, pioneers, yes. Right up there with Black Sabbath for being highly influential in metal music.
He even fronted Black Sabbath for one night.
But he's an amazing vocalist, still out there doing it, still hitting them notes.
Unbelievable notes. Yeah, notes and for he's still great live too. Yeah, I saw him 2 years ago, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Just put on an amazing show here in Sioux City.
Yep.
Let's see. Number 23 is Karen O of the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, who we talked about a little earlier on your list.
Yep.
Number 22 is Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam.
Great frontman. The early days of Pearl Jam, when they were...
He would climb the light trusses.
Supercharged, political. He was just all over the stage.
Yeah, he would climb in the lights and
jump
for crazy heights.
Oh yeah,
he put his body on the line.
He sure did. In those early days.
It's amazing he's still with us. The crazy stuff he did on stage. I saw them with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers opening up. That was the only time I seen Pearl Jam. But they were outstanding live. They just sounded exactly like the record. They did a lot of improv through the songs, and sometimes they'd be playing one song and then they'd start singing Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb or something like that, and then they break back into the song they were singing before that, and it was just phenomenal band. 21 is Jim Morrison of The Doors.
Absolutely. He was out of his mind performing on stage on LSD and shrooms and whatever, and still managed to put on a good show.
Yeah,
he was never there mentally,
no,
or physically, probably physically too. He wasn't there, but he was. He pulled it off.
Yeah, I saw the Doors of the 21st Century when they came, and it was 2 members, I think.
John Densmore.
And Ray Manzarek.
Robbie Krieger.
Oh, yeah, Ray Manzarek was there.
Oh, okay.
You had a good portion of the Doors. Robbie Krieger, amazing guitarist. So I wish I could have seen what Jim Morrison would have not done.
Oh, The Doors is great music.
Yeah, they are great. Number 20 is David Lee Roth of Van Halen.
Absolutely, fire on those early Van Halen albums and those
live
early
shows.
Van Halen tours. Even I saw him on 2 solo tours where it was great. I saw him on the Skyscraper tour.
Nice. We saw him in Omaha, I think, didn't we? What was it? Down by the airport.
I don't remember.
I want to say we did.
Oh, well, we saw a lot of shows together
I
over
know,
the years.
we did.
Yeah.
We went to the Van Halen one together, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, when he was fronting Van Halen for like the last time.
Yeah.
And he put on a great show then, too.
It was good. Yeah, it was good.
It was not bad. But yeah, if you look back at the early days of Van Halen and the way they were on stage, they just...
Yeah, I mean, he just moved, when Van Halen hit, this is the LA music scene.
Yeah.
This is all of them, the Whiskey A Go-Go and stuff that they're playing. All of these bands are hanging around Motley Crue, Rat, Doc, and they're all around this LA club scene. And they're hearing the rumblings about this Van Halen. They go and see and they go, oh, now we get it. And everyone after Van Halen, all of these hair metal bands had to step it up. They weren't necessarily, we're not talking about David Lee Roth as a great singer.
Right. As a front man.
I think he was a good singer.
As a showman.
But as a showman, all of these bands, if they wanted to be noticed, they had to be like that.
Yeah.
Not in the early 80s,
took it to
but later
level.
on in the 80s, Poison.
Yep.
Poison comes along, and Bret Michaels is a good frontman. Janie Lane. I mean, the list just goes on and on of people that his energy, stage energy, inspires.
Oh yeah, just performed this year, and for his age, gotta say he still moves around on stage.
He does.
He may not have the vocals that he did, but he still puts as much effort into that show as he can, and I think it was good. I enjoyed the performance. Number 19, Kathleen Hanna of Bikini Kill. You know them.
Yes, I know them. They're of the riot girl genre.
Yes,
where they speak about feminism and political messages, and you can look up a playlist of riot girl music. There, I like a lot of bands from that subgenre.
I have to look up them. Number 18, Jack White of the White Stripes.
Okay.
Yeah, I've not seen him live. I've heard he's amazing.
He has a lot of energy on stage.
That's what I've heard. He's had a lot of energy.
I've never seen him live either.
I know he's a great guitarist. Number 17, Chris Cornell of Soundgarden. It was a great live performance.
I think you're talking both.
Yeah.
A great singer, great stage presence.
The guy had just a huge range. He was on stage, just you were drawn to him. He was really one of the great live singers. You go to a Soundgarden show, it sounds exactly like the record. And yeah, he was just a legend.
Fire. He was fire.
He was a legend.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Soundgarden. Number 16 is Michael Stipe of REM.
Okay.
I have not seen them live, but I do love me some REM.
Yeah, he had a lot of, when
he'd do the weird dancing on stage.
Yeah, when you watch the REM videos from, that 120 minutes alternative period of time, that energy from him was completely different than in their latter days.
Yeah. I loved the album with What's the Frequency, Kenneth.
Great.
That was a great album.
Great album.
Number 15, Chrissie Hynde of the Pretenders.
Okay, the Pretenders aren't quite my thing, but
they're okay.
Yeah.
They're,
Yeah.
I like the Pretender, a couple of their songs. Middle of the Road is one of my favorites from them.
Yeah.
Number 14, I think, is one of the greatest frontmen of all time. He would, in my opinion, you have to put him in the top 5. Steven Tyler of Aerosmith.
Well, great singer, absolutely phenomenal frontman as far as, entertainment value. Just moved all over that stage,
Yep.
You knew he was coming out in a long jacket and sequins or whatever, and
had to have the scarves.
Had the scarves all over the microphone and dancing with the microphone and spinning it in the air. I mean, just phenomenal.
Yeah, I love Steven Tyler and Aerosmith. I've seen them probably more, like, they're, along with, like, Ozzy and Metallica, they're high. I think I've seen them the most. Like, I saw Aerosmith a lot, and they are always a great show. They never disappoint. Number 13 is Hayley Williams of Paramore.
Absolutely. Great singer.
Yeah.
Moves all over the stage.
Yep. She is awesome. I really dig their stuff.
Yeah.
Number 12, Roger Daltrey of The Who.
Yep.
Legend.
Legend.
Like, when you think about stage presence, or, lead singers, Roger Daltrey of The Who always
he's a top-of-mind person. Yeah.
Absolutely. You think about him when he's taking the mic and just spinning it around his head, throwing it around. Inspired so many different people the way he acted on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And he could sing, too.
Mm-hmm.
Number 11, Robert Smith of The Cure.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, they're not quite your thing.
No, I like a few songs.
Yeah.
Kind of dark and brooding.
Yep, they are definitely that. I really liked their new album, which they had this year.
The Cure is a band for sad people.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
They're good. I like them, so I'm sad. Number 10 is Axl Rose of Guns N' Roses.
Absolute legend.
Oh my God!
I mean, he knows how to command an audience and just run all over the place.
He also is the definition of, I guess, frontman syndrome.
Yeah.
Where they just think it's all about them.
Oh, yeah, he definitely was one of those.
Oh, very much so. And I think that's what broke up the band for quite a while. I honestly never thought we were going to get a Guns N' Roses reunion.
Yeah.
The way, they hated each other between.
Well, it's all been worked
90s.
out. They seem to be having fun again.
Yeah, and it's great to see them out on this the road. I would love to be able to say I saw them live. I saw Slash, but I've never seen any of the actual Guns N' Roses, and I'd like to go see them someday. Hopefully I get the chance. Number 9, Bono of U2.
Okay.
I've seen them live. I can say Bono puts on a show.
Yeah, he moves.
Their shows are phenomenal. Like, they get talked about. Their Zoo TV tour?
Oh, yeah, that was good.
They are known for their tours. Like, they are huge stadium events, and they sell them out. Stadium after stadium after stadium. Like, they are a huge band. And Bono is great live. Number 8, I love this guy. George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic.
A pioneering frontman, really.
Absolutely.
Mean, he came out in the costumes and the sequins and the sparkles, and
they put on a
the
show.
whole band, just wore wild stuff.
You really didn't know who to watch.
Bootsy Collins had the star bass and the big glasses.
Yeah.
And it was a show. It was a spectacle, and he was the leader.
Yeah. And they were all interesting to watch. But George was he was the ringmaster of that circus. That is for sure. Number 7, Debbie Harry of Blondie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw her live. It was 97, the Tibetan Freedom Concert. So it was a completely different lineup. Like, you had Debbie Harry, you had The Cult, you had the Beastie Boys, you had Run DMC, you had Rage Against the Machine, Eddie Vedder of Pearl Jam. It was an amazing show. And Debbie Harry stood out among all of them.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they just put on a show.
She has always been a good front woman.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 6, David Byrne of Talking Heads. I wish
I like me some Talking Heads.
Yeah.
He moves a little different on stage.
Very much so. They're very artsy.
Artsy
Is the word
artsy,
I would say for them, and I never seen them live, so I can't say anything.
And I really haven't either.
You know, so I do know that he can still sing. I have seen him.
Absolutely. He's got a phenomenal voice.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 5, Kurt Cobain of Nirvana.
Okay. Yeah.
I was unfortunately never had the chance to see Nirvana. Always wanted to. He was very crazy on stage.
He was.
He would run around. He would throw his guitar.
Oh yeah.
He would he'd get out in the audience. Sometimes he'd spit on the audience.
Oh yeah.
Just depended on what he was feeling that night. But yeah, they were a moment in time.
They were.
They really were.
It was a very quick moment. Yeah.
It was very. They really just. They were fire, and then they were put out.
Mm-hmm.
And but man, what an amazing fire that was!
It was an amazing time. Absolutely.
Number 4, Robert Plant of Led Zeppelin. I'm surprised he's at number 4 on this list.
He should be up higher.
Yeah, that's according to Billboard.
Mm-hmm.
He's number 4 in the Frontmen list.
Legend.
And, I mean, yeah, stoic. Like the guy would stay. He wouldn't move a lot on stage. He would, you know, just demand his stage presence. It was all
in the hair and the way
and posing.
The microphone, the posing.
He did a lot of posing
because he just had this amazing vocal range and such power to get out that I don't know he would have been as powerful of a
I don't
singer.
either. I think it was all about his voice.
Yeah,
it was. He was very much about his voice and
right.
and the performance. He was amazing. Number 3. And I would put him at number 1 if it was my list. Freddie Mercury of Queen. I think as far as singers go, best in the world. Best to have ever done it, the GOAT. The guy could sing anything. He had the range. He had the flamboyancy of... And I mean, I don't think anybody was more flamboyant than Freddie Mercury on stage. The guy came out in a king costume, for Christ's sake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the guy was just incredible.
He was a presence. Definitely a presence.
When you see him do live at Wembley Stadium, you got to realize he's directing the crowd, and that crowd is a stadium, a soccer stadium, full, and all just hanging on everything he does.
Right.
He does a note, he does a run, they sing it back to him exactly what he sang, and he wasn't holding back either. He was doing incredible runs that nobody should be able to sing. And he's doing it. He's hitting these notes, and the crowd just sings it right back to him.
It's a great thing to go look up.
I highly recommend seeing it. One of the most dynamic frontmen of all time. Comes in at number 3 according to Billboard. Number 2, I think deserves top 10, but nowhere near top 5.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. And she is a legend, both solo and as part of a band. She's had collaborations throughout the years. She's still touring and still releasing new music. Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks, should not be in the top 5 on this list. I think if you were to do just female front women.
Yes,
not only performing,
she would be number 1.
Singers, she would be number 1. She has influenced lots.
I don't want to take away anything from.
She's influenced tons of women in music.
Yes,
but men as well.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from her. She is an absolute legend, and
that might be a little high on this list.
Yeah, on this list as far as stage presence and whatnot. But she did have a serious stage presence. Like,
Oh, she did.
Watch when you see Fleetwood Mac, you're watching.
Well, it's
Stevie
nice to watch
Nicks.
Stevie Nicks come out.
Yeah,
She's always
go
got
dancing.
On
She's
always got
these-
on the flowing gown.
Yep,
She doesn't
yep.
come out in her t-shirt and jeans.
No,
She's got the little thing. She needs to hold on to something all the time. She's
Yep.
got a little string to hold on
Yep.
to, or the tambourine.
She's
got the bandanas around the microphone
Yep.
too.
Yep.
Um,
She's great.
yeah.
Absolutely great. Number one, and I wouldn't think of it, but it does make sense. Mick Jagger.
Yeah, Mick Jagger. I mean, even in 2024, 2025, they're touring and
releasing new music.
He's dancing. His multiple children are just they're like,
His children are our age.
You should see our dad dance. I mean, he
Right.
prepared for the last tour, lifting and running and walking and actually teaching himself new dance steps to the songs.
Yeah.
He had a little help from some of his kids and stuff.
Yep.
But he's just, the Rolling Stones are legendary for a long list of reasons.
Yeah.
But as far as frontmen go, I mean, this guy just moves all over the stage, always has.
It's amazing.
I think he deserves to be at number one.
Yeah, I agree. I agree when, thinking about it, and he does. I saw them 3 times, and every time was like a religious experience. Their Voodoo Lounge tour I saw in Ames, and it was incredible. I was extremely intoxicated for that show too, and I still remember it, so I know it was good. Because that could have been easily a show lost.
Absolutely.
But no, they were amazing. And Mick Jagger, he's just amazing.
Yeah, he is amazing. And there's amazing vocalists out there now.
Yeah.
We're going to do another episode in the future. We can talk about the top frontmen and top front women of the 21st century.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
If you look at bands like Shinedown, Brent Smith is
Yes,
a great singer.
amazing.
Ben Burnley of Breaking Benjamin
Can sing his ass off.
There's not just great singers, but frontmen.
Yes.
Like Brent Smith of Shinedown.
Yes.
I mean, you go
He's
see
great.
Shinedown, he's all over the place.
For sure.
David Draymond.
Yes.
He's all over the place. There's
Absolutely.
some great performers in the 21st century, but we'll do that some future episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great idea.
In the next episode, we're actually going to let Ashley come because it won't be Mother's Day.
No.
So we're going to talk about the dark side of the music business.
Yep.
It's very dark. It's sickening.
It's a serious episode.
It's gross, and nothing much seems to be happening with all of these sexual assaults in music, not only by the artists, but by the fans, by the executives, and the people in charge of them. It's just utterly disgusting and shocking. And then we also have an episode coming up that Andy has requested that we do on country music.
Yes. Yeehaw!
Because country is not at all his thing. So that should be a very entertaining episode. But,
it will.
Yeah. Well, they can find you on the radio.
Yeah, MonkeyBoyRadio.com. You can check me out Saturday nights. I do a little segment on Real Rock Nights called Chartbound with Monkey Boy. And then Sunday mornings, 10 a.m. is Dad Rock, which is new rock from classic artists. And then The Underground at 7 p.m. on Sunday nights. You can check out new music from regional, local, and national up-and-coming rock bands.
All right, and you can find me on my couch. About 11 o'clock I go to bed. I get up and I go to work at 9. I'm on my couch a little bit more on Saturdays and Sundays. But that's where you can find me if you're looking.
Excellent.
And we appreciate you tuning in to the Music Matters podcast. I'm Ziggy.
I'm Monkey Boy.
Talk to you next time.